claiming that Richard Fierro, the Army veteran who tackled and disarmed the shooter inside the gay club Q in Colorado Springs. This is where the hate is coming from. Yeah, exactly. We're all trying to find out the guy who did this. So fucked up. Yeah, they're calling him a groomer. They're calling him an F word while questioning his sexuality for being at the Club Q drag show. Others even question the veracity of his entire story. Okay. Jack Posobiec was one of the first people to do this. Are we just not supposed to talk about the U.S. Army major taking his family down to the local drag club for a night out? Posobiec asked his followers on multiple platforms Tuesday morning. Heroes don't take their kids to drag shows, one of Posobiec's followers wrote on Telegram in response. Others joined in. So a married man, his wife, daughter, and her boyfriend all go to the gay bar together. I'm going to call bullshit on this. A user on a far-right Christian platform, Gab, wrote on Tuesday. It's not bullshit. He's helping to... If it's not bullshit, he's helping to molest children, and he's all for it, another Gab user wrote in response, adding, F-word dad in closet. The attacks on Fierro are just a part of the concerted and consistent response from right-wing influencers and conservative media outlets to diminish and question the horrific killing of 5 people inside of LGBTQ nightclub Q on Saturday night. Figures like Posobiec, Fox News host Tucker Carlson, and anti-trans troll Matt Walsh have been doubling down on the attacks against the LGBT community for years, increasing these attacks in regularity and toxicity in recent months, with accusations that members of the LGBTQ community are sexualizing or grooming children. Trans activists have warned that violent responses would be imminent, to little avail. Fierro was in Club Q on Saturday night with his wife, daughter, and his daughter's boyfriend. As we know, we covered this already. But, of course, him tackling the gunman and stopping the gunman is hurting the narrative, or not hurting the goals of the far right, which is to make sure that that gunman was more successful. And yeah, by the way, this is this is what happened to the fucking dude. It should have been worse, in my opinion. He deserved significantly worse than what this is, right? Why do they hate them? He's a vet. Wouldn't they love that? Brother, when will you learn? There is a hierarchy of hatred, okay? Most right-wingers, especially when we're talking about the far right, they don't give a shit. They don't care about anything. They just care about fucking spreading malicious disinformation. That's it. They don't care. There's no consistency. When has there ever been consistency? In the far right especially. They just want more bloodshed. They want more fucking murders happening in the LGBTQ community, okay? That's it. And, like, of course they don't give a fuck about veterans, bro. What do you mean? The only time people remember veterans is when they're talking about immigrants coming into the country. So they can say, oh, well, we don't even care about our own vets here who are homeless. And yet we're serving the immigrants that are coming over the border illegally. It's like, well, you've done nothing to help the veterans that are homeless. So what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, this is fucking insane, dude. I'm going to tell you right now, pointing out their contradictions and their hypocrisy is good for a broader audience to show them that they're fucking stupid and to show them that they're inconsistent, but you're not going to get anyone to go, oh man, you're right, actually. I should legitimately craft a more consistent narrative. It doesn't matter. Hypocrisy is for the birds, okay? By your logic is for the birds. It's an effective mechanism for propagandizing your side, okay? And to effectively counter people for the Normans. But ultimately, it's not like, it's not going to get you to, if you're guiding your life on a moral rudder that is consistent, okay, you're always going to be shocked every step of the way, especially if you are ascribing moral consistency or like legitimately held principles and beliefs to the far right, the right wing, liberals, leftists even, okay? Most human beings are hypocritical. No one cares. Porn star dad of the LGBT club massacre suspect spews homophobia in his first interview. The first thing he fucking said basically is, I was terrified that he was gay. And when I found out he's not gay, I said, phew. Brink, who's appeared in such films as My MILF Boss 8, I Want to Get Titty Fucked, and Latina Slut Academy, told CBS 8, you know Mormons don't do gay. We don't do gay. There's no gays in the Mormon church. We don't do gay. Which, by the way, the Mormon church literally does do gay now. They did the patch notes, but I guess, you know, when you were on another fucking meth bender, you were unaware of that. But it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, that was just like an aesthetics thing to cover up for their own abuse scandals that are happening internally within the LDS, within the church. In a court filing late Tuesday, lawyers for Aldrich, who in 2016 changed his name from Nicholas Franklin Brink to escape his father's sordid past, said Aldrich is non-binary, saying they use they-them pronouns. Okay, there you go. Here it is. Most likely as a fucking last-ditch effort to try and get Aldrich off of hate crime charges. Let's be real. However, booking records list Aldrich's gender as male. Additionally, in the text message from the day of the shooting, which were shown to the Daily Beast by a source close to Aldrich, Aldrich's mother referred to her son as he, him. The Daily Beast was unable to reach Brink for a comment. A call Wednesday morning to a number in Brink's wife's name was answered by a woman who declined to give her name, but said she was a relative. We're just taking it one day at a time, she told the Daily Beast. Aldrich allegedly opened fire at Club Q shortly before midnight on November 19th before being subdued by two bystanders. Aldrich was initially hospitalized with unspecified injuries, but was transferred to El Paso County Jail on Tuesday, according to the authorities. Aldrich Brink and Aldrich's mother, Laura Vopel, have long raised red flags among others in the family, a relative told the Daily Beast shortly after Aldrich's arrest. I don't want anything to do with that part of the family, the relative said, asking that their name not be used to avoid becoming tangled up with them again. They've always had issues, a lot of problems. I'm totally disgusted by that side of the family right now. In Brink's interview with CBS 8, he apologized for Aldrich's alleged actions, saying there's no excuse for going and killing people. If you're killing people, there's something wrong. It's not the answer. At the same time, Brink, a recovering meth user who wants to appear... Recovering... said, I told him it works. It is instant and you'll get immediate. He said he praised Aldrich for violent behavior really early. I told him it works. It is instant and you'll get immediate results. Brink also said he didn't realize Aldrich was still alive, telling CBS 8 that Vopel called him in 2016 and said that their son had changed their name to Anderson Lee Aldrich and then died by suicide. I thought he was dead, he said. I mourned his loss. I had gone through a meltdown and I thought I had lost my son. Mother told me he changed his name because I was in intervention and that I had been a porno actor. Six months ago, Brink said a very much alive Aldrich called him out of the blue. The two hadn't spoken in 6 years, but the conversation quickly devolved into a sparring match, according to Brink. He's pissed off, Brink, who described himself in the interview as a conservative Republican. He's pissed off at me. He wants to poke at the old man. Even before the Club Q shooting, Aldrich had been accused of using violence. Okay, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing, okay? This dude, not from a very good background, okay? Very clearly fucked in the head in a million different ways. Wait, oh shit, I had not seen this one. What the fuck? There's Ring cameras inside the house? That's crazy.
Mom, Andy's house front. Oh. Our house? Yeah. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on, girls. Go to bed. Go to bed. Come on. Get in bed.
What? Moments later, her son arrived. Vopel could be seen on security video in her kitchen talking on the phone. Mom, Andy's out front going crazy, she said. What's going on? Please answer the phone. Call me help. In a separate video from that day, which was live streamed to Facebook by Vopel and provided to the Daily Beast by a source close to the family, Aldrich can be seen inside, wandering from room to room in a tactical helmet, bulletproof vest, and carrying a long black object in his hands. We watched this before. This is your boy, Aldrich says, amped up and breathing heavily. I've got the shitheads outside. Look at that. They got a beat on me. They got their fucking rifles out. If they breach, I'm gonna fucking blow it to holy hell. So go ahead and come on in, boys. Let's fucking see it. All of this was like readily available to the fucking police when they arrested him after this and literally let him go and sealed his records and refused, more importantly than all of that, refused to charge him with anything. Remember, that fucking DA literally did not charge him. Like, they knew this shit happened. This is a part of a routine investigation, you know? If you fucking bring in the SWAT team and you bring in the bomb team to a fucking neighborhood, a nice white neighborhood, you're misusing resources, okay? You're misusing emergency service resources. So how the fuck did he not get in trouble for this? Here is the video, by the way.
This is your boy. I've got the fucking shitheads outside. Look at that. They got a beat on me. You see that right there? Fucking shitheads got their fucking rifles out. If they breach, I'm gonna fucking blow it to holy hell. So, go ahead and come on in, boys. Let's fucking see it! This is your boy. I've got the fucking shitheads outside. Look at that. They got a beat on me. You see that right there? Fucking shitheads got their fucking rifles out. If they breach, I'm gonna fucking blow it to holy hell.
He's such a pussy. No way he'd blow himself up. Yeah, well, he didn't. He literally fucking took off all of his shit, took off all of his gear, and then put his hands up.
Go ahead and come on in, boys.
Is that an extendo? He's got a fucking extended mag on the Glock right there.
So,
you know, cool, fun stuff. Okay, that's cool.
Go ahead and come on in, boys. Let's fuck.
Big tough guy. 3 hours later, Aldridge surrendered to the heavily armed police who descended on the neighborhood after Vopel called 911 and said her son was threatening to cause harm to her with a homemade bomb, multiple weapons, and ammunition, according to a press release issued by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. Aldridge was booked on 2 counts of felony menacing and 3 counts of first-degree kidnapping, but the cops said at the time they never found any explosives, and Aldridge was never formally charged. Here's him surrendering after all that big talk, the big boy talk, saying, you know, here's your boy, I'm gonna shoot. Turns out your boy didn't have that dog in him, okay? At least in this instance. He didn't have that dog in him when it came down to fucking armed, you know, SWAT teams. But he certainly had that dog in him when it came down to, you know, people that were unsuspecting, people that were not armed, people that were not expecting someone to come in and ruin their fucking, and take their lives on a Saturday night. I went to high school with him. We took computer science together. What? Here he is getting arrested behind the fucking truck. On Monday, Aldridge was preliminarily charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of bias-motivated crimes causing bodily injury, according to court records first reported to Colorado Springs Gazette. District Attorney Michael Allen later said that the charges filed Monday will likely be updated when formal charges are eventually filed in court. Once Aldridge is released from the hospital, which he has been already, he'll be in jail, which he is in now. He will not be eligible for bail. I'm surprised. Why is he saying it's your boy if he's non-binary? Guys, dude. I mean, that could go either way, okay? Like, he could have fucking been like, I'm actually legitimately non-binary now after this, okay? Who knows? Please, stop focusing on, like, completely irrelevant pieces of information, okay? Aldridge was subdued and held down by at least 2 heroic people inside the club until officers arrived. Police Chief Adrian Vasquez said at a press conference on Sunday. This is his grandpappy. He was the mayor of Clanty, well, Santee, sorry, near San Diego, also known as Clanty, who then became like a district California State Assembly member. In an interview with the Daily Beast on Monday, Leslie Bowman said she rented a room in her house with Laura Vopel, who had sent her son to live with his grandparents nearby. She described Aldridge as mostly a pretty quiet and not very social, which she said she chalked up to his being a young adult male. Yeah. Typical MAGA grandpa, porn star dad, just absolutely fucked. Vopel, whose records show past arrests for DUI, public intoxication, criminal mischief, and arson, occasionally had Aldridge over for visits. Bowman remembered them as largely uneventful, save one instance prior to the bomb threat when Aldridge became infuriated and broke and over a broken commode, Bowman recalled. Vopel had called Bowman earlier on to tell her that something was wrong with the toilet, she said. However, Bowman had been gone all day and was tired, so she said she fixed it in the morning. As the two argued about the situation, Aldridge suddenly inserted himself in the situation. I was standing at her bedroom door, and Andy got very angry and stepped up to me and said, "Get out," and slammed the door in my face. During the alleged bomb threat incident on June 18th, 2021, Bowman said Vopel texted her and said not to come home, to stay safe, that something was wrong, and the police were all around Vopel's parents' house, as well as Bowman's, and that Vopel needed to make sure they're not coming here for my son. I'm not home. If anybody comes to the door and asks, please and thank you. Okay. I locked the back door because men on the side of the house. Let me know when you're on your way home and I'll open. I'll be home in 30. Don't come home. Something is wrong. There are police all around my mom's house and all outside our area. I have idea what happening, but don't come home. Please, something going on. Be safe and don't come here for a while. Need to make sure they're not coming here for my son. Where is your son? Here. He's on the phone with somebody, and I have no idea what's going on, but something serious, I think. I don't want you and kids to walk in on anything happening. I am so sorry. It's imperative you do not come home right now. That's completely unacceptable, Laura. My house is not a hideout. I apologize. The police SWAT team will be here. Here's what I don't understand, though. Isn't she the one who called in the fucking bomb threat that his son was making? In July 2021, the month after Aldridge was arrested, Vopel posted a plea in a Mormon women's Facebook group asking for help finding a lawyer. Hello, sisters. Does anyone know a fantastic defense attorney? I ask this with a heavy heart, but my family really needs some help at this time. We have cash to retain good counsel. Thank you. There were other clues that all was not right in Aldridge's world. On February 22nd, or February 2022, Vopel posted again to the group asking if anyone could please recommend a great trauma PTSD therapist for her 21-year-old son. Is he LDS? One of the others replied. He is, but not completely active, Vopel wrote back. His symptoms keep him from doing a lot. The more I learn about this subject matter, the more I recognize a fucking troubled, absolutely brain-broken, fucked up youth, okay? Caused by awful parenting, obviously, and a lack of having like a lack of having an adequate mental health treatment facility that would be fucking free, and structural inefficiencies, basically churning out yet another fucking mass shooter in the country where this seems to happen every fucking day. I wonder why. America is a powder keg, folks. It is a fucking powder keg, okay? That's it. That's the problem. You have so much insane economic inequality, okay? Even if people have money, even if they're like upper middle class or whatever the fuck, okay? Even if they're living in nice neighborhoods, they still don't have a way to pay for insanely expensive mental health treatment. They have no fucking way of getting the adequate care, no sense of community whatsoever. That's why they rely on shit like the LDS or other insanely conservative communal formations. Okay? No community. Everyone's alienated. Everyone's like getting increasingly fucking more mentally ill. Okay? And then to add on to that, because plenty of countries also, plenty of capitalist nations have similar issues. But also, in those nations, at least you can't fucking, easily purchase a gun like you're buying Twinkies at Walmart. So to make matters worse, you literally have a fucking system that is fundamentally broken, okay, that is churning out all these fucking psychos, and all those psychos are watching a steady diet of like other psychos who are literally like, gay people are grooming people, gay people are grooming people, gay people are grooming people. You should do something about it. Okay? And then on top of that, you just have, you just have a one way out in your mind at that point. You get pushed into a fucking corner, your brain's completely broken. You just go and you just easily buy a gun, or you already have a gun. You have an arsenal of weapons because, you know, it's our culture. It's the most important thing we have to defend. And you take matters in your own fucking hands. Vopel was supposed to move out shortly after the 2021 bomb threat incident, but Bowman said she asked her to leave immediately. The two lost touch after that, and Bowman put the incident behind her, she said. Then about a month ago, police showed up at Bowman's home saying they were there to do a wellness check on Vopel. Bowman told the officer that Vopel had moved out in 2021 and that she hadn't heard from her since. Curiosity piqued. Bowman looked up Aldridge's case online and saw that it had been sealed and charges dropped. But then yesterday morning when I woke up, I saw the news and I saw the DA announce his name. It was shocking and horrifying. Then I just got angry at the charge being dropped and him being out. He should have at least gotten some sort of prison time. Those people did not have to die. It's just very disappointing that the justice system did not follow through with what happened in my home last year. At Monday's afternoon's press conference, Allen, the district attorney, was asked why red flag laws didn't trigger a seizure of Aldridge's guns by authorities after his arrest over a bomb threat. Because it's not just a bomb threat at that point. It's literally an active confrontation with a shooter. The SWAT team in Colorado had an active confrontation with someone who was quite literally armed, who made threats to fucking shoot cops. That is insane, bro. That is literally fucking crazy. The red flag question is something that I think none of us up here are in a position to answer, Allen said. Colorado has very restrictive sealing laws. What that means is if a case is filed in a courtroom in the state of Colorado and dismissed for any reason, it is automatically sealed. That is a change in the law that occurred back in 2019. That same statute requires us to give very specific answers to say in responding to questions about it that no such records exist. I don't know what else to say, man. Yeah, to top it off, like I said, a bunch of anti-fascists, like leftists, are getting banned on Twitter, like ridiculously. I don't know what the fuck the reason is, but they're just getting suspended for being in violation of Twitter rules. I guess violations such as being a fucking leftist. Yes, and you still support these DAs, so what the fuck are you thinking? Wait, what? You think I support a far-right DA in Colorado Springs? What? Are you okay, chatter? Are you talking to someone else? You've been watching for almost a year now. You good? Maybe you should be a little bit, maybe you should do a little bit more thinking yourself. Think long and hard about why you said that, especially at the top of the hour where there's a 60-second ad break. I'll give you a 1 minute. No, the Soros-supported DAs? What? Okay. Think a little bit longer and a little bit harder than that, I think, because maybe you're thinking on the opposite direction, okay? What are you saying? Are you talking about fucking Larry Krasner? You're saying like he's Soros supported? Keep this one as a pet? I will, especially as I pet him at the top of the hour, where